Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your manifestation reading. Um, I hope you guys had a good weekend. So, we're going to see what is coming up. What is the Scorpio collective manifesting? See 1111 on the clock. Okay, I don't know what 1111 is about. I don't really have the angel numbers memorized. I don't have a list of them nearby me. Normally, I end up looking them up. Um, let's see what's going on with Scorpio. I don't really have a lot of Scorpio viewers. I think I offend Scorpio a lot. So in the past, we have the Magician. I manifest perfectly what I desire. What were you manifesting in the past, Scorpio? Okay, you were fighting for justice in the past. We have Page of Swords, the Tower, and the Justice card. To me, this is the energy of somebody who gives back to people what they give to them. So if somebody gave you a rock, you gave them a rock. If somebody gave you $1, you gave them $1. Whatever they gave to you, you gave back. Page of Swords, I take care of the detail and stay in control. The Tower, I surrender and know how to go forward. And the Justice, I speak my truth and fairness to myself, okay? And it's not that you're a perfect person, Scorpio. It's just you wanted things to be fair for everyone, but not too extreme. I mean, with this Justice card, we have somebody balancing a scale, right? The scale is not tilting to either side. It's somebody balancing a scale. And to me, it's kind of like with politics, anyone can come up to me and be like, "Well, are you a Republican or a Democrat?" I'm neither. I'm an independent, like I vote based on what I want, and that is most people. I mean, if you want lower gas prices, you may vote for the candidate that advertises to lower the price of gas. Everyone has their own agenda, and everyone votes for the candidate that fits that agenda that they have. So, but with you, you wanted things to be balanced out. And this is the kind of energy that meets judgment with judgment, like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like somebody who they know they're not perfect. So when they dish out justice, they try not to be too harsh because they know they're not perfect. So it's almost like, in a classroom, when a student gets in trouble for fighting with another student, neither one of the students wants to be suspended from the school. So the teacher would decide how to punish each student. And if that teacher had a past where he or she did bad things in the past, they would look at things from the point of view of the student and try to look at their agenda or their motivations and try to be empathetic with them. Um, so we have Page of Swords, the Tower, the Justice card. So if you had any enemies in the past, you had a mentality of what's good for the goose is good for the gander in a way. So, you know, it's just hard for me to describe. It's kind of like that teacher or that mom who gives the same punishment to both people. 555 just appeared on the timer. So the same punishment to both people, right? Or nearly the same. Nearly the same. Um, so to me, it reminds me of a teacher sitting down two students and making them both color instead of fighting each other. And it's basically the same punishment, but there may be some alterations in the punishment. One student may be coloring in a corner and another coloring at a desk. That way, they're both effectively separated. But in the past, you were dishing out justice, is what you were doing. You believed in justice. Ugh. Justice is a crazy thing, Scorpio. In the fifth grade, we think that, people deserve, equal across the board. In a fifth grader's mind, everything is equal across the board. But when we get older, we also have to take into account people's backgrounds, where they come from, things of that nature. Somebody may have been at a disadvantage compared to you, and you may have felt bad for somebody. And even though this person hurt you, you didn't want them to die or want anything bad to happen to them necessarily. You just wanted them to leave you alone and deal with their own issues. Now, in the present, we have Eight of Pentacles. I dedicate myself to what I believe in. I dedicate myself to what I believe in. Nice. I like the Emperor energy, okay? We have Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the Emperor. I trust my ideas and my direction. I am strong for as long as I need to be strong, and I make empowered choices. So whatever happened in the past, you didn't get off easy, Scorpio. You didn't, you know, I wanted to say you didn't get off easy either. Because you're kind of stuck with the memories of whatever happened and you're trying to be strong and you're trusting your ideas and your direction. To me, this Seven of Pentacles is about trusting in God. It's about trusting in God. It's about looking inside yourself and doing what you feel is right at that moment. And it's hard to trust in God. It really is. I mean, because we want to do things our way. If I had my way, I'd be laying in the bed depressed. That would be my way, and that would not work for me, okay? Um, so I made myself get up today. I made myself eat some food, and I'm making myself do the card readings. Because what's the alternative? The alternative would be not having a message or anything to share with the world. And that would just make me feel more depressed. So, at present, you're trusting in God. Trusting in God, trusting in Source. Um, to me, this is the God will provide card almost. God will provide. I remember when I was in trouble once, I had a friend, and me and her didn't speak much, but we were there for each other. And she wanted some extra food, and so I gave her some extra food. And one of the people monitoring us didn't notice, but when they finally saw what happened, they said, "Who gave you some extra food?" And she said, "God provides." Which I'm not God. No, I'm not God, but I just thought I thought it was funny that she said that. Because God can use other people to provide for us. So it was just funny. Now we pretended not to like each other. We pretended not to like each other, but I did feed her. So I just didn't feel like eating. At the time. But the point is, Scorpio, is you are following God at this time. You are following God, okay? And you're resting in the assurance and the knowledge that God provides. And for some reason, this may be very hard for you to do at this time with that Nine of Wands energy. Nine of Wands. You know what this type of energy is? Is some of you are used to relying on a man to provide for you, or used to relying on a woman to provide for you instead of God. And now you're relying on God to provide you, and it just feels to provide for you, and it just feels weird. It feels very weird. In the future, we have the Sun. I am optimistic and appreciate all I have. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I take the time I need to nurture myself. Ten of Wands. I love and care for myself first. And the Ace of Cups. I welcome new love and trust what it brings. So by you trusting in God, you're letting go of some sort of heavy burden. Scorpio, you're too independent for your own good. That's what this is, okay? Because it's great to be independent, but there's a line in the sand that gets drawn with independence, okay? Like, one of the hallmarks of independence is knowing when to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. Regardless of whatever job you do, it's okay to ask for help. I remember when I first started out as a cashier at Walmart, I was afraid to ask people for help. And I made myself ask people for help because I was afraid to talk to people. I mean, growing up in the environment and the neighborhood I grew up in, I was afraid to talk to people. And so we have 10 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. You're embracing your independence, but you're learning that it's okay to accept love and help from people. And it's okay to love yourself. You could be releasing a burden of expecting somebody to come in and save you, or releasing a burden where some of you think it's wrong to be independent. There's just some sort of burden you're releasing. For some reason, I'm thinking of that movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Your attitude about everything is the Four of Wands. The universe brings all I need to feel blissful. You're feeling very secure at this time with the Four of Wands. This is a new beginning with clarity. You're cutting off things and people that no longer serve you. It says, I am ready for a breakthrough to success. I trust whatever the universe brings me. And Queen of Swords, I protect what matters to me. Influencing the situation is Eight of Swords. You're releasing yourself from self-inflicted binds. Judgment. I look back with compassion for myself. Five of Cups. I will move forward when the time is right. Ten of Swords. I see the truth in this ending. So you're not ready to let go of something yet, because you feel like you're not ready to move forward yet. It kind of reminds me of somebody with like a broken leg, and when we have a broken leg, the doctor puts a cast on it, but we move when we're ready to move. We walk on that leg when we feel like that leg is healed. So you're waiting for a time to walk, right? You're waiting for a time to let go. And what is the truth in this ending, Scorpio? Is it the truth that sometimes maybe you give too much? Is that what the truth is? There's some sort of truth to this ending. Your obstacle at this time is the Death card. It's like I said, you're having a hard time letting go. Because this Death card says, I let go and embrace new beginnings. You're having a hard time letting go. It almost reminds me of that movie, The Matrix, where, the person is offered a blue pill and a red pill, and they take the red pill, and then they wish they didn't take the red pill. They wish that they took the blue pill. We have Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups, Six of Cups. You were dealing with a past person who took advantage of your kindness. They saw your kindness as weakness. And that's part of the reason why it's so hard for you to let go, because you do care. You can say you don't care, but you do care. But you had to leave to take care of yourself. Whatever the situation was, you had to leave to take care of yourself. This was about self-preservation. And you may still be in that self-preservation mode. The outcome of everything is the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to be focused on your money. I have everything I need to prosper. Six of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Cups. I am proud of what I achieve and accept my rewards. Seven of Cups, I trust myself to see the truth. And the High Priestess, my intuition guides me to the truth. Okay? Interesting. What you don't see coming is the King of Cups. This is emotional stability for you, you being your own anchor. Some of you could even be talking to yourselves. Now, what do I mean by even talking to yourself? I mean like guiding yourself. Today I'm going to do this. Today I'm going to do that. You could be being your own therapist. That's very difficult. It's very difficult and very challenging to be your own therapist. Because there are certain questions you have to ask yourself in order to be your own therapist. This is about you seeing things exactly as they are with that Three of Swords energy. And Five of Pentacles, supporting yourself. I am supported and never alone. And Eight of Cups, I accept my situation without resistance. So you're leaving a situation, but you're having to support yourself emotionally through it. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, okay? Whatever this is you're going through, I would say the key to moving past a lot of things is acceptance. That's what I'm noticing from these cards is that you're learning to accept things as they are. Um, you know, when we go to a place to eat, sometimes they don't have what we want to eat, right? Sometimes we can order something, we can order food and we can be specific about what we want and they may not have it. Now, do we either accept that they don't have it or do we throw a temper tantrum? Because the second one isn't going to work. So, you could have been dealing with a situation where you wanted someone to be a certain way instead of accepting them for who they were. Okay? Now, you can keep, throwing a tantrum with the universe about how you want this person to change, but they're not going to change. You have to accept people as they are and move on. Because as long as you keep trying to control somebody else, that person is in control and you're not. Your life is out of control if you're focused on trying to control and change somebody else. That's all I have, Scorpio. Just keep focusing on your money and focusing on taking care of yourself and focusing on mindfulness. Thank you.